various topics related to them. So without wasting much time, let's dive into the introduction to integers for class 6 students. I repeat, this video is only for class 6 students. So for first we will discuss what are the topics to be covered in this class. First we will try to cover what is integer, what is the definition of integer, and how integers can be represented on a number line, like what is a number line and how integer numbers are placed on the number line. Then we will know about absolute value of an integer, and then we will compare two integers, like which one is greater and which one is smaller. That we will know using the with that concept we will know. Next we will have some daily concepts regarding the uses of integers, like profit and loss, then temperature, etc. And lastly we will try to solve some examples with the help of our concepts that we have just gained. Firstly, I want to talk about this blue portion, which is known as the natural numbers. Natural numbers are what numbers? Natural numbers are numbers that occur in the nature, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can count up to infinity. But whole numbers are what? Whole numbers are all natural numbers with another number which is known as 0. So natural numbers comprises of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. and whole numbers comprises of all the natural numbers with 0. Now for negative numbers. What are negative numbers? Negative numbers are numbers to a bigger number, like 10. uh, sorry when we subtract a smaller number, subtract a bigger number from a smaller number, we get a negative value of a number. These are called negative numbers, like -1, -2, -3, -4. So whole numbers does not contain these negative numbers, but we have to keep all these numbers under one group: whole numbers, natural numbers, and negative numbers. So how we can groupify these three things? We can groupify them under one umbrella, that is known as integers. So integers can be -1, -2, -3, etc., 0, and then +1, +2, +3, etc. So these are all these numbers are commonly called as integers, but fractions are not integers. Fractions are not integers. Okay, only whole numbers are, and negative whole numbers are known as integers. Now we want to teach you about the how to place integers on a number line. What is a number line? Number line is a long straight line with two edges, okay, where we mark them with two arrows. The number lines spread from -infinity to +infinity, like there are numerous number of numbers inside the number lines that we can place. Here I have put in the middle of the number line I have put 0, and at the right hand side I have put the positive numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., and at the left hand side I have placed -1, -2, -3, -4, etc. So you can see that if we go from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2, the value of the number gets increased. The value increases from left to right, from left to right. Whereas if we go from right to left, value decreases, like 2 becomes 1, then becomes 0. So value decreases from right to left. This is true for this portion also. So what can we deduce from here? We deduce that minus 4 is lesser than minus 3, that is lesser than minus 2, that is lesser than minus 1, that is lesser than 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Okay, so we can deduce this thing from the increase of the value and direction of increase and direction of decrease in the number line. Now we will tell about the absolute value of an integer. What is an absolute value? Absolute value is the numerical value of the integer regardless of its sign. Like if you write plus 2, to get absolute value you will put 2 lines uh, at the 2 sides of the number, and these are known as mod value. So absolute value would be 2 without any sign. For minus 2, the mod value would be, absolute value would be 2. There you should not put any plus or minus sign. So absolute value of plus 2 is 2 and absolute value of minus 2 is also 2. It's like that. Absolute value of minus 5 is 5, absolute value of minus 7 is 7, whereas absolute value of 8 is plus 8 is 8, absolute value of plus 10 is 10. Okay, I think you have understood that. Now comparison of integers. If we draw the number lines again, you see I have put 0 here, here it is 1, here it is 2, here it is 3. Always put the positive numbers at the right hand side and the negative numbers at the left hand side. This is the rule of the number line. So positive integers are always greater than 0. That we know from our childhood days, that 1, 2, 3 are greater than 0. Whereas negative numbers like minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, they are all less than 0. Now what about 0? 0 has no sign. It is neither positive nor negative. It lies in between the positive numbers and the negative numbers. For negative integers, smaller the absolute value, bigger the number. Smaller the absolute value, bigger the number. What does it mean? Let's take minus 3 and minus 2. Let's find the absolute values. The absolute value of minus 3 is 3 and absolute value of minus 2 is 2. So which one is bigger? Obviously absolute value 3 is greater than 2, but minus 3 should be less than minus 2. This is the beauty of integers. Here it is greater than 2, absolute value is bigger, but the original value is less than minus 2 for minus 3. Now we have, as we have completed the basic concepts of integers, I would like to draw your attention towards the uses of integers. So first use that we use for integer is in the calculation of profit and loss. Profit means what? Profit means gaining and gaining some money, and loss means losing some money. So in that case, profit should be always be positive, and if we take profit as positive, the opposite is loss, so loss should be negative. Like I have got rupees 500 as my profit, so it will be plus rupees 5 plus 500, whereas if I lost rupees 200, then my loss will be minus 200. Deposit and withdrawal in banks. Deposit and withdrawal is also the same case, where deposit means gaining some money and withdrawal means removing the money from the bank. So deposit will be positive value and withdrawal will be negative value. Negative value. Let's say we have 10,000 rupees in our bank as deposit, then that will be plus rupees 10,000, and we have withdrawn 5,000 from it. So what we have withdrawn? We have withdrawn minus rupees 5,000. Okay. So this is the case of deposit and withdrawal in banks. Heights above sea level and below sea level. You know that height measurement is done taking the sea level as the middle point, where we make the upper heights as positive and below heights as negative. Like underwater things are measured with negative value, and terrestrial things are measured with positive values. Temperature above freezing point and below point. We know that at 0 degree centigrade water becomes ice. So 0 degree centigrade is the freezing point of water. So we take any temperature above 0 degree centigrade as positive, above 0 degree centigrade, and any temperature below 0 degree centigrade as negative, below 0 degree centigrade. Like when you see the weather report in USA, you may see that they are telling minus 2 degree centigrade, minus 5 degree centigrade, whereas in India that is plus 36 degree centigrade, 34 degree centigrade, like that. Now we have as gathered many concepts. Now we have to apply those concepts to solve these problems. List the following integers in descending order. Descending order means what? Larger numbers are written first, then smaller numbers are written after that. So what is the largest number in the lot? It is, you can see it is 12. Then what is the next number in the line? It is 6. Then it is 5. 12, 6, 5. Now all the negative numbers are less than 0, so we will get 0 after that. Now there is -1, -3 and -8. So for between -1 and -3 has absolute value 3, whereas -1 has absolute value 1. So which one will be smaller? -3 will be smaller and -1 will be bigger. So -1, -3, and in the same process -3 is bigger than -8. So this is the answer of the problem. Now take the second example. On a number line, if point A is at -7 and point B is at 5, which point is further away from 0? If you can understand, you can tell it simply that as -7 is 7 steps away from 0, whereas 5 is B point, that is 5 is 5 steps away from 0, then which point is further away? It is the -7. So we can draw and tell that this is the case. So I am drawing 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 5 on the number line, and you don't ever forget to put a arrow mark on the both side of the arrow mark on the both side of the number line, because the number line is not a line segment, it is a line. It is going towards the infinity on both sides. So here we will take -1, here then we will take -2, then we will take -3. In this way, if we continue, we can take -4, -5, -6, -7. So from here you can see that this lies further away from 0 than 5. So this is point A and this is point B. So answer will be point A is further away from 0. Away from 0. Now the next problem. Find the opposite of each integer. You know that negative and positive, they are both opposite to each other. So -5, opposite of -5 will be what? +5. Opposite of 6 will be what? -6. And for 0, as it has no sign, there is no +0 or -0, so it will be simply 0. Next we come to question number 4. If you reflect the integer -4 across 0 on a number line, which integer do you get? So reflection means what? In case of plane mirror, reflection means the body which is getting reflected is at same distance from the mirror and the virtual image. Okay, so in this case the number line, the 0 point is acting as a mirror. So here it is -4, then where will be the point where the distance will be same? It will be on +4. So the answer is the integer is +4. Now we have come to our last question set, which is determine whether the following statements are true or false. So here you can see that minus 10 is greater than minus 2. Is it true? No. Absolute value of minus 10 is 10, whereas my absolute value of minus 2 is 2. So the greater the absolute value, the smaller the number. So this will be false, because minus 10 is less than minus 2. The absolute value of minus 5 is 5. This is true, because absolute value, I have said that it is a numerical value of the integer without any sign. 0 is the smallest integer. We have already known that the smallest whole number is 0, but it is not the smallest integer, because smallest integer are minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, etc. All the negative integers are smaller than 0, and you cannot get a smallest integer, because what you get, you can think of any number, any negative number, but there is another negative number which is smaller than that. You can take minus 1 crore, but there is a number minus 1 crore 1. So 0 is the smallest integer is a false statement. The successor of minus 29 is minus 30. So what is successor? Successor means the next number. So we add for any number, let's say 5, we add 1 to get 6, the successor. In case of this number minus 29 integer, we have to do the same process as adding 1. So adding 1 means what? In the number line, if there is, this is minus 29, adding 1 means you jump towards this side, plus 1. So you get minus 28. So you don't get minus 30. Minus 29 plus 1, you get minus 28. So the successor of minus 29 is minus 30. It is a false statement. In this way, I think that you have understood the introduction to integer. I would say that you have got a clear concept of integers. I would like to thank you all for viewing this video, and you may subscribe to my channel, as this is the first video. I have not done it properly, I think, but anyways, I will try to do it more better. I will try to do it better as time passes on, and I will upload the next video very soon. Thank you.